My first ever tantrum in school, all because of a Pokemon game. When I was a kid, I've thought of myself as the calmest person in class. I would try to avoid conflict as much as possible and at least be amiable with everyone, including people I don't like, especially my bullies in short. I think it stemmed out because I never truly went out and socialized as a kid. I remember that time where I would just stay in my room whenever we had guests and will be forced to go down if I get hungry or if they brought food. Food is good, okay? You can't blame me for that. The only thing I had going on that point was my Game Boy Advance. Particularly, it was Pokemon. I remember blowing the game cartridge for it to work, albeit it wasn't really helpful, but it worked after some time. Maybe like tapping it a few times and blowing it and turning it on and off again. The works. At that point, I loved my copy of Pokemon Emerald. I remember naming every Pokemon I got. I caught Chicky the Torchic and Mleg the Magikarp. I know that name sucks, but I was a kid, okay? Of course, my eternal solitude will always be broken every weekdays for school. The days was pretty normal. Aside from getting picked on a few times because I was the stereotypical antisocial spoiled kid in class, that could be a merch idea. Antisocial social kid. I remember just playing my Game Boy during recess underneath my desk just to pass the time. A few times people would join me, but multiplayer wasn't really an option on that time, so we just take turns playing on my Game Boy. People would get stingy on who plays or whose turn it is to play, but it was alright as everyone had a good time at the end of the day. The next month, a few of my friends finally got their own Game Boy along with people who bullied me, and it was definitely okay. I actually was happy they finally got one. The more Game Boys, the more games that we could share and talk about. Although, there was always a wall between us. Whenever I made small talk, it somehow turned out well, most of the time. There are still times they'll make fun of me or how I play my games with real life stuff, but it somehow lessened if we were just playing games. The next few days, I was willing to turn things around. Maybe we could be friends by offering my prized possession at that time. I was willing to lend my copy of Pokemon Emerald so they could play it. I told them they could have it for a few days to see if they liked the game, but a few days lasted into weeks, and I started getting suspicious until the point that I had to stand up and confront them, which was really a hard thing to do at that time. I could barely correct my order if the lunch lady made a mistake when I bought stuff at the cafeteria to eat. Even now, bring me to a restaurant or a fast food chain and I'll be too shy to correct my order. So I finally got the courage to approach their table with my hands clenched down on the sides of my waist. And at the side of me, they immediately stopped what they were doing and shoved their consoles in their bag. I approached them and casually said, "Hey, do you have my game yet? It's been a while, how was it?" And I was cut midway with a, "I lost it." And I was like, oh, okay. A few days later, I have come to terms to reason out that I guess it's fine, they lost it. We're all humans after all, and I decided to just live with it. Until the exact lunchtime where everyone whips out their Game Boy to play, and through the corner of my eyes, I see them playing Pokemon Emerald. I get to thinking if it was my Pokemon Emerald which got lost, apparently, and then I decided to orchestrate a plan for them to leave the table to see if it was truly my cartridge, which was basically just waiting for them to go to the canteen. That was big brain of me, I know. And I was very lucky that their console was just on the table. On normal days like this, I don't usually pry on people's stuff, but I know deep inside, Mleg and Chicky would have done the same. As soon as I looked at the cartridge, I realized that it was my copy of Pokemon Emerald. And there was an intervention on how they got their copy of Emerald, and they told me that they got it from their parent from abroad. And then the weirdest thing happened. They gave me the copy to inspect it if it was truly mine. And lo and behold, after further inspection, I was pretty sure it is my cartridge given the marks and the dents because of the wear and tear. But one thing was different. The sticker on the front of the cartridge, which shows the game title and the cover art, was ripped apart. And it looked horrible, and I was so furious at that time, but I didn't know how to act it. I couldn't bottle my rage at that point. I was frozen in place, left not knowing how to feel. Class started 30 minutes and I was still at my seat mulling over what happened. Our teacher was talking about geography and my rage started boiling over. I felt like I was in a void for a second, and what followed next was a supernova of anger. And at my tipping point, I randomly let out a loud scream in the middle of the class and then proceeded to turn the table upside down. But the weird thing is, it wasn't as epic as an anime scene, but more of a pathetic cry for help. And it was pretty much like a whelp. And it was very unsatisfying as it couldn't be even classified as top 10 tantrums of the world. And what followed next was just me crying at the end of the day. It was just me powering down like the Hulk turning into Bruce Banner or something like that. And it was pretty funny at the same time sad. It ended up on getting me lightly scolded by my teacher and the class resumed after that. But yeah, my bullies never picked on me again. They might have been scared on what madman I've become, or they just realized I'm not worth the time. But hey, at least they didn't pick on me again and I could enjoy peace during lunchtime or whenever I'm go home. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is actually a new type of content that I am trying to do. If you like this content, please subscribe and like or comment down what was your experiences with the Game Boy or like any childhood in particular. I would really appreciate your comment and I would gladly read them. I also stream on Twitch if you want to play with me or just talk or just hang out. I'm always there, and thank you for stopping by. Goodbye. Bye bye everyone. Goodbye. Thank you for watching, and this is